What's in the background?
My name is Osado. When you waking up to flowers, bring the sunshine through as the ladies come to you. They have hot topics and interesting guests, making your Monday mornings the very best. It's Monday Morning Talks, we got the sauce. It's Monday Morning Talks, we walk the walk. It's Monday Morning Talks, this is Cesar here speaking loud and clear. It's Monday Morning Talks with Soso, Michelle Lachey, and Miss J. It's Monday Morning Talks, y'all.
Hey, it's Monday Morning Talks, y'all. Hey, welcome. Good morning. Good Monday morning. I am your girl Soso, and I am here with my girl Michelle Lachey. And today we are missing Miss J because she has a great
You breaking up, friend?
business opportunity that she is pursuing right now. So, her the best. Fingers crossed for her, and we will be seeing her next week.
We can't cross our fingers because
we are here with.
You can't keep your fingers crossed.
Don't cross your fingers. I think, okay, well, we're going to not cross our fingers. We're going to open our fingers wide so we can catch all them blessings for Miss J. All right. Love you, Miss J.
Yes. Miss you already, sir.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So today we have here my sister, registered nurse, RN, BSN, soon to be MSN, right?
Right.
Tiffany Theus.
Look at you, educated Black woman. Come on now. Sorry.
You know, that's what I'm talking about. So, Tiffany, today we are talking about, since July is Health Awareness Month. So, we're going to get into today with Tiffany talking about mental health awareness. So, everybody probably knows someone or maybe dealt with themselves some kind of issues of mental health. So, we just want to bring awareness to certain things about mental health and just talk about it and kind of like elaborate a little bit on what mental health is and talk about some things on it. Okay, so Tiffany, can you just tell us just a little bit description of mental health and what it?
Okay. So mental health, it's a broad subject. Mental health it incorporates anxiety, depression, bipolar, substance abuse disorder, PTSD, and suicide. Okay, but today I'm just going to touch on the most common, and it's depression. Kind of depression and anxiety. So because it's such a broad topic and I don't have a lot of time. So yeah, so mainly depression because it is the most common. Yeah.
So depression. So this so how often so depression and anxiety basically, is that like the same or is that?
No, depression and anxiety is different. A person can be diagnosed with both at the same time. Okay. Because of the symptoms, they kind of go together. So a major depressive disorder and generalized anxiety disorder can be diagnosed in the patient at the same time. So more than 16 million adults are affected with depression. As we can see, from the pandemic, everybody's been depressed because they're not able to see their family, they're losing their jobs, it's just prevalent now. So
okay, I'm sorry, Tiffany, but Michelle, what is that in your background?
My grandma.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, okay, hey grandma. I thought it was somebody there, and I'm looking like, wait, all right, you scared me for a minute.
No, okay. It's Granny.
Oh, hey Granny. You scared. I was like, wait.
Hey, look, she throwing you off. Hold on. Come on, Jean. Come on.
Oh, okay. No, Jean, she can stay there. She can stay there. Just
sit in my lap.
I'm sorry. It was like I was a little thrown off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tiffany. But so with the diagnosis of depression and anxiety, if they have both, are they treated with one medication or do they treat? Okay, so basically,
well, anxiety and depression. There's two different types of medications for that. So yeah, and I can go into the medications, but you wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
Really,
and like SSRIs, SNRIs,
okay, we're gonna keep that education in the book.
A lot. Okay.
But I think we all maybe experienced a little bit of depression at one point or another. I know, like I have, or I try not to say like I'm depressed because I was told like depression is a sin. So like so they say like you're supposed to be have faith in God and not like be depressed and let depression saying get to you. But how could you do that like when something's going on in your life and you just don't know how to deal with it? Like I know I feel like I felt like depression. I know I had some issues of anxiety.
A lot of people. If I can read you off the symptoms, or and then everybody will say, "Oh my goodness, I had at least 2 of those or 3 of those," and everybody has
signs of depression.
I think depression. I don't know about it being a sin, but it actually can be a helpful for some people. Because going into depression leads people to change certain things about their lives, which is what I've seen as well. So I don't see how it would be a sin. It's just an emotion like everything else.
Right.
And like everything else is not the actual emotion, it's how you react to the emotion.
Mm-hmm. Why would you say depression is a sin?
I was told that. Who told me that? Somebody told me that the depression was. I was like, man, I just feel depressed. He was like, depression is a sin. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to have your faith in God and trust in God that He will work things out. You're not supposed to go into a depression. So I would never.
I mean, I love church. Let me tell you, I go to church faithfully. I love the church, but it's not. It's some of these people that's walking around in these congregations that need to just shut up. And sometimes it's the preacher, because I'm sorry. I hate somebody said that to you, because having faith in God is needed. Yes, it is. But that's not the cure all be all. God don't say just have faith in me. He said faith without work. So you got to do something. So I'm depressed. So do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead, Shell. Tell me off.
Don't tell that person off.
Whoever told you that, I'm telling them off. I don't care who.
Where you at? Who was it? I can't even remember. But it was years ago. I think I was living in Midlothian. That's how long ago it was. And I was talking. I think it was somebody at work I was working with that had told me that, and it like stuck with me. So every time I feel like I'm getting depressed, I'm like, I ain't gonna be depressed. Yeah, so whatever.
Don't do that.
Well, that's a good way to not, to keep you out of.
Maybe that's why they told me.
Maybe that's why they told me. I don't know.
No, because then I'll be depressed about the fact that I can't be depressed. No. No. That's telling people you can't feel. You don't have the right to feel and process.
Right.
That's
true.
That's not cool. That's not cool. That's not the way God intended it for it to be. We're supposed to process our emotions. We're supposed to go through it. You got to go through it to get through it. So.
Amen.
So with it's like different stages of depression, right? Because like I know like some people can get out of their depression, but some people like commit, kill themselves, because they're so depressed.
When they don't get help, you don't talk to anybody, and you just feel like guilty, worthlessness, and stuff like that. That's why it's important for screenings. I don't know if you've heard of the depression screening. The PHQ-9 is just a 9 questions that you ask, and if you test positive for at least 2 or above, then you should seek help. You should.
Really?
Yeah.
2 out of 9?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Don't ask me those questions.
Because like I said, if I ask you those questions, you're gonna say, you're gonna answer at least yes to like 1 or 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, you just don't even know that you're depressed. But until you're so down and out, and now you don't know how to get out of it. You don't know how you let it go this far. But it's important to do the screening, and important to talk to people. Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know, but I have been clinically diagnosed with depression and anxiety. So I was on medication, but then I stopped. But then I just realized last night that I think I need to go back on it. Just kind of slowly, just a little light something. You
stopped yourself?
I stopped myself.
So it wasn't like a scheduled medication. It was just the as needed medication?
No, I was taking Lexapro, 10 milligrams, so just a small little amount. And then I was feeling good, and I told my therapist, I was like, look, I want to learn how to control this on my own.
Mhm.
I don't want to take this medication no more. And so I was like, I'm slowly but surely taking myself off of it. And I took myself off of it, and I was doing really good for a while. But now I've realized that
I think it is maybe your current situation that maybe that's bringing that back up or whatever, but maybe you still can like control it. Like once you get through, what I'm saying, your current situation or whatever.
Or sometimes people, medication takes a while to kick in, and once your medication kicked in, and you said, "Okay, I feel better, so now I'm gonna get off." I'm gonna get off because I feel better, but now your symptoms are coming back. So maybe you need to.
What about the medicinal? What is it? The medicinal part of it.
I can't talk about that.
Oh.
That's not good in psych, though. There's so many studies and articles about marijuana and drug-induced psychosis and all that.
So also marijuana isn't a good thing to
no,
when
not
you're
for
depressed.
not for psych.
Oh, okay.
No.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah. No, Tiffany shut that down real quick.
Oh God. Because some people it brings on the manic state. You go into mania and then all heck breaks loose.
So it triggers different.
Yeah, everybody does react differently.
Yes.
For some
people, it's like a lot of people that like kill themselves or walk around depressed, and you don't even realize that they're depressed, and then until they commit suicide. Just like even with the what's the actor Robert Harris? Where was it? Robin Harris? Robert Williams. Yeah, the one Mr. Sapphire. And they said that he was really depressed, but nobody knew that he was really depressed. Like, is there any kind of signs that people us that maybe we can kind of see? Like, say like with our kids,
they mask it very well. But here's the thing: with depressed people, if you don't know they're depressed, how can you help them? But if you do have a person that's depressed, and you know that they're always down, and then that one time you see them and they're happy and they're talking, that's a sign that you need to step in and get them help, because usually that's a sign that they're ready to commit suicide when they're in that happy, that.
Oh wow, these can be chills.
Just that's what I learned. Yeah, they're happy, and then because a person that's always down, always down, and then now they're happy. So and then they commit suicide.
What are like people who like have bipolar disorders, and can they be bipolar and depressed?
Oh, they can have plenty of diagnosis. I was a psych nurse for about 3 years, so I've seen patients, their records, and they have a laundry list of mental health disorders. So you can be diagnosed with this, and it's sad because you have a medication for this, and this, and all the medications together. The side effects are just horrible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Suicide. Right, suicide ideations and stuff like that. It's I don't know. It's just mental health.
That's the thing with
like I said, so broad.
With the medications too, is because with the side effects, like how it's like you kind of scared to take the medication because of the side effect, but then you kind of need the medication to help to treat the symptom or whatever the disease.
Well, that's kind of like with all medications. The benefits outweigh the risks, so they give it to you. Supposedly it's good for you. So.
How would someone know if they're bipolar? Like, how could you tell if somebody's bipolar?
There's criteria. It's a DSM-5 now. So if they meet the criteria, then you're diagnosed with bipolar. So it's not like you can look at somebody and say, oh, she's bipolar, like everybody do.
Yeah, I know. I do. I say it right.
It's a certain criteria, and then you have to have symptoms for it. Sometimes more than 2 weeks, and it's in some cases, and it's just a lot. Like I said, with mental health, and they can get confused with different diagnoses. So that's why, like I said, it's important to do a history, family history, interview these people. So yeah.
So bipolar, they ask a screening questions too, like they do depression.
Well, in the history, you do ask questions, and then there are you ask them like the symptoms you're having, and then you also just assess them. So,
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's
It is a lot. I know, and then I know a lot of people too I know a lot of people don't think that they need therapy. And I think even if you're not clinically diagnosed with anything, I think everybody should seek therapy so you won't get diagnosed clinically.
Right. Yeah.
It's very important to talk to someone and really just evaluate who you are as a person and the things that are going on in your life. You know, life ain't easy. And if it is easy, then are you really living?
You ain't got no struggle.
It's just so hard to of course, Black people feel like, we don't need therapy. And then too, who can you talk to? Because like in Black families, you want to talk to this person, but you can't because you know they're going to tell this person. So, and a lot of people don't have that best friend, because then if y'all fall out, then Facebook knows,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's so hard to find that one person to talk to, and it all comes back to get a therapist because that therapist won't air your business. So.
And make sure.
Tiana said that's so true and very sad. It really is that you really don't have too many people you can talk to and trust with your information. And you bottle up. What I learned too, kind of like I kind of write a lot of what I know I can't tell people. I write it down to get it out, so that like it's like a journal basically, having a journal, and so that kind of helped. Journaling all my feelings, all whatever is bothering me, I write it down, put it in a journal, and then like as I continue on, I kind of like I go back. I don't know if you're supposed to go back and read your journal of the things, but I kind of do go back and read some things that I wrote in my journal to see if I improve from it or if things like that. So I think writing it down and having a journal is therapeutic.
It's therapeutic for you. So when you go back with
and I'll go back and I read, and I go back and I read. I mean, I had journals from way years ago, and I'll read like some things that I was going through, even in like a past relationship, and I'll be like, oh, whew, glad I ain't going through that no more.
How many times do you go back and read them?
Not often, because I don't write consistently either. I need to get better at journaling, like I used to. I used to journal like every day and at one point, but now it's like I'm like, oh, because I get so busy that I forget to like write. So it's like, oh man, let me write, or by that time, like them feelings probably done, I'm saying went away or I forgot about it or whatever. So
yeah, I was doing this thing called the Miracle Morning, and journaling was part of it. And so they would say like even just take 5 minutes a day to just write something down. But yeah, I just started journaling too. But I can't go back. I mean, I have gone back to read some of like things that I've written, but then I like
start crying.
Yeah, like I'll read a couple of sentences. I'll be like, what was wrong with her?
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll start.
You should. It's therapeutic, and it helps you. It helps with that anger man. I think it's a part of helping with anger management too. Like when you're so angry, and right, when you're so angry. Like I know when I get real angry, sometimes I have to I used to go away and I used to count to 10. Like even when the girls was younger and they would cry and cry or they would act up, I would like go sit on the basement stairs and I would count to 10, like to calm myself down so I wouldn't yell at them so hard. So now it's like, the 10 don't count. I be having to count to 20 and I do another 10, I do another 10. So now
I have to remove myself altogether. Right. It's no coming back. It's no 10 to come back. No, I gotta go. I gotta remove myself.
Yeah. I done left the house.
Right.
So now, it's just like journaling now. It's like when you get a second, you just go and you just write it down. Even if it's just if you don't got your journal with you, just take a piece of paper and just start writing like all your feelings out that you want to say to this person or whatever, however you feel. Okay. That way you won't directly say it because words stick.
I need a 5-subject note. A lot.
I got something.
Seriously.
A 5-star.
Give me that.
Yeah, I have thought about that too. Like when I was writing yesterday, I was like, I kind of like this. Like I forgot the art of journaling and how wonderful it can feel. I was like, this feels good to be able to say something and feel like I'm saying it to a person and not have to get an opinion.
Right.
Because, I love my friends, but sometimes I get an unsolicited opinion when I don't want one or I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Not kidding.
Not kidding. If I'm telling it to you, I know you got something to say and I want to hear it. So. But yeah, so it's like I felt nice. It felt nice to like be able to write something down, and then like it was cool. Like the beginning of the entry was one way, but by the time I got to the end, I was like, wait a minute, I'm kind of dope. Okay, I'm doing this, and that. Okay, maybe I'm not as far gone as I thought, but just the fact that I was able to come to that conclusion on my own and not have to get somebody else's opinion and be like, well, girl, you this. I internalize someone else's opinion about me. And that's not what I need to do. I need to have my own opinion fact about myself and, let other people's opinion be what it is, their opinion. But yeah, so journaling is very good and very helpful. And I wish the Black community as a whole realized that, it's okay to seek help. We're always so, we don't need help. I don't need this. I can do this on my own because we've always been a strong people. But I mean,
but we're so prevalent with PTSD though, and been through so much, seen so much, and we need to let that out.
And it trickles down like from ancestry all the way down to us. And so it's like a lot of people, even with relationship counseling, like you have the people like, oh, I don't need nobody telling me how to deal with my relationship, but it's really helping you deal with you. You know what I'm saying? In a
Maybe
relationship.
that's why they don't want to. They don't want to deal with
them.
themselves.
Right. And so it's crazy, but with even starting even doing the little counseling, it actually like kind of helped. And I think honestly, I'm for counseling. I was one. I'm not gonna lie, I was one that wasn't for counseling at one point. But then I guess as I got older and more mature and realizing that okay, maybe we need counseling, I would try to do like counseling at home. Be my own therapist, be the family therapist at the house, and see how that worked. But I think that people that study this stuff that know like what's going on, what's going on, and it's really needed. It's the reason why God made psychiatrists, and so
or even life coaches.
Life coaches are really good. Yeah, and I actually have one of those too.
Life coach. Yeah, and that's what people don't
realize. Clarence Leffridge, he's a really good life coach.
Yeah, if you scared of the word therapist, get a life coach.
Yeah, and even Wiz is a life coach.
Okay, did I know that? I think that sounds
as much as we have Wiz on this show, you better know it.
Look, I'm on Wiz getting another read. Look, that's all I care about.
Yeah, Wiz. We should have had Wiz on the show actually today. You say your head look big? Yeah. You got a big head. I got a little head. You do. Always got a little head.
Okay.
No. Is she do like this?
He's scrunching down. Like you're taller than me.
Okay. I feel like I'm like right here.
No, you were fine.
Okay. All right.
But Tim, you should start journaling. I feel like especially when you're angry, especially if you got to deal with anger management, get everything you want to say to your husband, your kids, whoever it is you mad at, out, because words hurt and they stick.
I have to let it out to them because if I keep it,
you're not keeping it in. You letting it out on paper because
even if I let it out on paper, I'm still gonna have it in my mind. Like, okay,
you never know. Have you tried it?
No.
Okay. You know what you can do too? Like sometimes I still write stuff down and then I still say something to people. But if
you say it a little more calmer.
Yeah, I'm more calmer. I'm more rational. I'm not like
right. And you kind of think it before you speak it because you said once you wrote it down, you like, oh, I don't want to. You read it like, oh, I don't want to really say all this to them. Like I'll hurt their feelings. You know what I'm saying? So when you write it down, you get all the feelings out.
I told you I was mean.
Yeah, she's an Aries. And so
I feel like if I don't tell you, I'm not I'm not being real.
That's not true. It ain't about. I can be real about telling you, stupid dummy. Like, like, yeah. So like words hurt, and so when you write them on paper and you get it out, so when you wanted to tell them what they want, you are more calmer. You are thinking before you speak, and you are like, okay, I'm not going to say everything I wrote down to them because now I'm at a more rational space.
Yeah, but see now my thought process would be like, okay, now I have to. I'm on eggshells for you again.
Well, if you feel like you're on eggshells with people, you can be around them people.
Yeah, you don't have to be on eggshells for nobody.
Yeah, don't be around them.
Not because the feelings get hurt. You know.
What after you say all this stuff? Yeah. So
now I have to rearrange and do all this just to, you know.
Well, because when you hurt their feelings, now they like, you know what I'm saying? They can look at you different, or feelings about you from them are different because now you done hurt them. You know, like if you snapping out on somebody real hard, and then
I call that see, with my case, I call that alcohol use.
Change your liquor from dark to light.
Let me get a Long Island. I need to dark.
Maybe a Long Island, but make it short.
Right. A short island, please.
Kiana said, I tried journaling, but that doesn't work. I would have to tell people how I feel and what's on my mind. Kiana, you writing the wrong stuff down. Maybe it works for some, maybe it don't work for everybody. But honestly, I know like it really works for me, especially like say if somebody like hurt you. But I know me, like I don't really hold grudges. And like I don't like confrontation, and I don't like people being mad at me, and I don't like being mad at people. Like it bothers me a lot. But I don't like to hurt people. So like with me writing it down first or whatever, it helps me because I don't want those words, because I know how I can get when I'm angry with somebody. Really, if somebody, now if we're arguing, I'm already in the midst of arguing with somebody, which I don't try not to argue with people at all. But if I'm in the midst of arguing with somebody and the words happen to come out at that moment because they don't really just like really said some bad stuff to me, then it's different because now I'm already in that conflict. But if it's like a text message, or if it's starting to start, you know what I'm saying, if I can walk away from it, or if I don't reply back to the text message, I actually go and I just like write down everything that I had to say, or I write it in the text, but then I delete the text. You know, I won't see in that text.
Yeah, but then that would just make me even madder because I didn't tell you how I felt.
But you know what? It makes me feel better because you got the last word and I didn't respond to you. So now you look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like you look dumb because you tried to snap, you tried to pick an argument with me, but I wasn't having it. So who looks like the dummy and who looks like the smarter person? Now you look dumb because I didn't reply back to you. Because now you waiting on a reply that you never got. Because you thought I was gonna give you what you wanted.
That person's thinking like, I had the last word. Now she don't have anything to say. I want.
And that person is petty, but really, I wasn't giving you that power over me to make me that angry to come back to you. So now you waiting on a reply because that person probably still sitting like, I wonder if they replied. Oh, I wonder if they replied. Oh, they ain't replied back yet. You know, like, but they still waiting on a reply. But I would never not just left you sitting, basically telling you you're not that important to me, or this argument isn't that important for me to have with you. So I'm not going to reply back to you.
Your life coach must be wonderful.
Yeah, my therapist did tell me that no answer is an answer. She did tell me that one time.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want it. And she was like, she's a little Asian lady. Oh, Rue, I miss her so much. And she was just like, oh, honey, no answer is an answer.
Yes, that's what they, you've heard of cognitive behavioral therapy.
I heard of it.
That's kind of what they teach in that, like journaling and all that. So yeah, your life coach must.
It's life coach and life experience, and just like, you know what I'm saying, like just growing up, just hearing argument. You just getting tired of like hearing the argument, tired of arguing in your relationship. You're tired of arguing in life, period. And you just get to a point where it's like, I don't want to argue no more. Especially if I don't love you that much, I'm not gonna argue with you. Like people, like when somebody was trying to argue with me at a place, and I'm like, I said, I don't even love you that much to argue with you.
Oh, sure. You know, let's talk about, what about family?
With family, that's another thing. I love you too much to argue with you.
Okay, because when you say I don't love you,
no, I'm talking about like people outside. So either way, I don't like to be upset.
Okay, so when you argue with a family member and you love that person too much, to go back and forth. How do you fix that relationship?
Usually I just go in and I would just start, so most time I'll apologize, even if I'm not wrong. I would send you a text and apologize if I'm not wrong. If you don't reply back, at least I know in my heart that I apologize. I don't hold grudges, especially with my family. So like in within 10, 15, 20 minutes after the argument or whatever, I'm over it. Y'all might not be, but I am. And so then I'm feeling bad, like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I just got into it with somebody like that I love, that I want to talk to all the time. But now, like, they got a certain feeling towards me, but I don't have this feeling towards them no more. So either I'll go in and I apologize, and if you don't reply back to me, then that's on you. I know I did what I supposed to have did, and I know, like, God sees it, and I forgave you in my heart and out loud. But other than that, I just basically, or I'll just go and talk to you like we never argue. Like, I'll give you some time, and then I'll, probably just call you and just talk to you about, I'll find something to talk to you about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, did you watch that episode of whatever or whatever? I'll find something to talk to you about, just to act like we never even argued.
Mm-hmm.
You were good.
Because I was going to say, like, when people who love to argue, they're going through some things.
Yeah.
So it's like, and the fact that you ignore them, that makes them like real, like,
mad.
They're more upset because you're ignoring them.
Yeah.
They need that attention. So
they don't have nobody else to argue. They don't have nobody to argue with. And some people, yeah, they love to argue. They try to find an argument in anything. And those are people that I really don't.
That need help with their issues.
Yes, they need to seek therapy, seek a life coach. They need to journal. They need a diary.
Maybe they just need love.
But what if you can only give somebody so much love?
They don't know how to love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
Some people, childhood issues do affect them.
Yes,
of course. Things, but that's why they need that help. They need to be able to get out what it is that
you have to want. You have to want that help. Like, my son's father is the type of person, and even if you come at him calm and you could just, he gonna find a reason to be It's like you want to pick that one word up. See, man, you know you just want to argue, and I'm not gonna argue with you, and then, like you said, like his childhood issues or whatever he got, his issues, just whatever, he just wants to argue, and you can't love him into a place of betterment. So I will just keep you over there and leave you over there.
What if it's somebody that you live with that likes to argue? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you deal with a situation where it's with somebody that you live with, and whatever you say to them, it seems like nothing is right that you say to them, and they find a way to, like, get angry at something you say? How would you deal with a situation like that?
Then I really wouldn't talk to you that much, because I can't live like that. I can't live in that type of frustration and anger. I got too many issues going on within myself that I ain't got time to be working out yours, Now, I will try to speak to you in a manner where you can hear me and understand what I'm trying to say to you and get across to you. But if we still misfiring, with each other, you still not hearing me, you still not getting it, you not comprehending, or you still want to snap off, then I'm just not going to talk to you. And then that may make you even more angry, but I promise you, I'll sit up and walk past you like you're not even there, and then get on my phone, girl, walk right past you again, like, because I don't have time. I just don't. I got too many other things that I got going on inside of me. If you're not willing to at least compromise or try, if I take 2 steps forward, I need you to take those steps too. Even if you take 1.5 steps, I honor that, but
right. No steps.
I'm not gonna do that. You want to keep arguing, you're gonna argue with yourself, because I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And then eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go about my business, because I can't live like that.
Yeah. So, Tiffany, with depressed people who suffer from depression, are they more argumentative, or are they more to themselves?
Depends on the person. Depends on the person, because we know a depressed person who's argumentative.
Okay.
And then I also know a depressed person who's sheltered. So it truly depends on the person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's either or.
That's why it's so hard.
So when you got into the medical field, did you want to go into mental health from the beginning, or
not at all? No, I wanted to do long-term care. I wanted to be with the geriatric population. And I've been doing that for like over 20 years. So I just happened to stumble on mental health because that was a way to get into the hospital. But I liked it. I liked it. So I stayed for like about 3 years. But it became really stressful, really hard. It was physical. It was demanding. And yeah, needless to say, I'm not there anymore.
That's how it was when I worked at the mental institution, Lydia Healthcare, and you worked at Lydia, yeah, years ago, and yeah, it was. I had to leave because there was a patient who decided that he got mad because he was arguing with. He was like trying to flirt with me, and the housekeeper was telling him like leave her alone, and so he was trying to fight the housekeeper. So me and another tech was like, hey, come, whatever. So he was getting riled up. We went to go get the social workers.
Mm-hmm.
And so they came up, got him, brought him downstairs. We thought they was going to bring him out, but they didn't. They let him back upstairs. This man came off the elevator and he literally swung at me. If I hadn't moved up quickly, he probably would have killed me because he swung right at my temple and he was like crazy. They are more stronger than us, like 100 times more stronger than us. And he already looked crazy, weird.
Yeah, and the thing about that, they will not press charges on people with mental health disorders. So they can do whatever. They can do whatever and will not go to jail for it.
Yeah, that's why I left.
Some of them, wait, I'm sorry, let me take that back. There was a hospital situation where a patient, he actually spit on the nurse. So that, yeah, he did go to jail, but I guess if you spit, you can go to jail. But if you hit, no.
You can't. But they had the Twinkie defense.
Oh my God.
The Twinkie defense.
No, I don't know. What's
It was the my criminal justice teacher used to always talk about this. I think it was the guy who killed the president, one of the presidents, right? He blamed it on Twinkies, said he ate a lot of Twinkies and he got a sugar rush or something. And so that's what made him he was real hyper or something. That's what made him kill him. And he got off, he got in the mental institution. For the Twinkie defense.
Wow.
Look it up. Yeah. That's one thing. One of my criminal justice teachers, he's always talked about that.
Let me tell you something. That's a non-melanated thing. Because melanated actually talk about
can you use that now?
Is it still valid?
Defense.
She's looking up.
Let me see.
Oh, it's
a legal defense. It's for an improbable legal defense. It's not recognized. It's not a recognized legal defense in jurisprudence, but a catch-all term coined by reporters. So, yeah, the verdict in the Dan White case. That's what it was, based on his ingestion of junk food.
Hey, if it works, you have to give credit where credit is due. Them lawyers, man.
Yeah, he Twinkie defense. He got off, but he blamed Twinkies. He's in the mental institution right now.
in correlation with his defense, eating well does help with your depression and your anxiety. Eating well and exercising and stuff like that. So that does help. I ain't trying to help no Twinkie defense. I mean, eating crap does make your mind a little cloudy, but I've been eating crap my whole life. It ain't never made me kill a
murder.
Murder the president at that.
Right. Commit a murder. Yeah, so you can use that. It's a legal defense. And so I ate too many chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
Made me choke this dude.
Wait, I ate a bunch of Nutter Butters the other night. I had an argument with my husband, so maybe that was.
It could have been. Yeah. Junk food. Yeah, too much ingestion of junk food. Make you angry.
I was wondering where that came from. It wasn't the Ribby.
It was the Remy and the sugar. See, it was both.
Yep. Well, I like ice cream. I ain't never heard nobody go off on ice cream.
Oh, ice cream.
So you can just wake up the next morning and be like, I'm so sorry. I had a lot of sugar yesterday. It just made me real angry. I mean nothing I said to you. It was the sugar.
It was a sugar.
I'm gonna try that with bars and see if it happened. Like,
Yeah, okay.
it wasn't me. It was all the popsicles I had.
He's like, nah, now you too melanated. That don't work for you.
Right. You're like, it was the popsicles. Yes.
So Tiffany, with your MSN, you're about to receive in September. She finished Master in Science of Nursing in September.
That's that black girl magic, right?
Yes, yes. So what are you planning on doing with the Master of Science? You'll be an NP, right? Nurse practitioner? Is that
after the certification? So I graduate with my master's, then I take my certification test. So once that's done, I'm going back to my geriatrics. I am going.
I was just gonna say you're going back to school.
No.
Are you need a doctorate?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I always wanted to be called doctor. I always wanted a doctorate. I just
but that schooling, it's 2 more years.
It goes so fast though. Look at this one.
No, this did not go fast.
The best
it's like you was in school forever.
Practitioners.
You say what?
The best care I've received has always come from a nurse practitioner.
Oh yeah, because we take our time. We focus on the whole patient, not just your diagnosis. And this is why they are trying to make our practice that we can do it independently without having to have a doctor.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So yeah, they're pushing for a lot of like what is it, like 12 states. Nurse practitioners can work without doctors, but here in Illinois
is all for doctors. Illinois, that's why estheticians can't do a lot without doctors. That's why, and also Tiffany is Botox and
yes, I am. Botox
and filler injections. Yes, she did. Yes, she is, and that's the thing with Illinois too. Like you need a doctor.
I need a doctor,
and so you want other states. RNs can do it in California. So. It's a lot of states that
supervised.
Yeah, but you don't need the license.
Yeah, you have to be supervised.
So it's like Illinois it's all one. It's for doctors. That's why we can't do lancets and we can't do lasers without the doctor. We can't do this without doctors. It's all for doctors. Like the state just love doctors. For doctors, making doctors great again. So
yeah. Okay. So Tiffany, do you see a lot in your industry, like as far as like nurses? I know like maybe you can't answer for everyone, but like how do you guys deal with like your mental health? Because I know it's got to be very taxing to work with different people and their different personalities and different illnesses and so I mean, it's got to be rough for you guys to make sure your mental health status. So, like, what do you guys do? Do they have like support groups?
They do. They have it, but I don't know how many nurses utilize it though. I mean, we just go. Let me speak for myself. I just go day to day. I do have to check myself a lot, because going in mad or just having that mindset of, oh, here we go again. So yeah, I got to check myself. And then, when I'm off, I make sure that, I do what it is I like to do, which is like watch TV, sit around and be with my grandkids. So that's kind of my outlet. I make sure I have that time. So yeah, it's kind of difficult. I do. I do. How many do I have? 5 now?
You got 5?
Wow.
Wait, Kiana got 2. Raquel. Well, yeah, 5.
Oh, wow.
And I love it when we all get together. So that's kind of my outlet. So
that's good. Yeah.
Self-care. Self-care is kind of big now. It's everywhere.
Yeah. We push it a lot. Yeah. And it has been more now. It seems like since COVID.
Yeah.
It seems like self-care has been like really pushed.
Because it's like that's the only thing that's not the only thing. That's one of the things I'm grateful about with COVID is because it made people stop and pause and really look at themselves. Like you really had to stop and pause. Like you had no other choice but to stop and pause.
But it also caused some depression to some people too who lost their businesses. And
but a lot of people couldn't stop and pause, like healthcare workers.
Yeah,
It was. Oh my God, it was so crazy when it first hit, though.
yeah.
But it's better. Well, I can't say it's better now because now
supposed to
the
be a new
numbers are
variant.
going
Yeah.
back up. So I don't know, but at least we know how to handle it now,
Yeah.
you know, and handle ourselves. But
Absolutely.
the money was real good too.
I know it
We're
was.
seeing names. It really was too.
I
Yeah.
know it was. Yes. No, I had some good money sitting at home, so
Wow.
Oh yeah,
that did what
that
it
part.
was.
Lots of self-care. You know, and that's too, that's why I don't understand like why there was so much money getting put out, but there was so many people that was like going through all the depression, killing themselves, killing, you know what I'm saying, murder, suicides, and all that stuff. But then there was a lot of divorce rates too during COVID because people sitting in the house and basically you basically right. You get COVID, you come home with COVID.
Right.
Nobody's worried about STDs no more. They was worried about you coming home with COVID. Oh, you was out there with that girl.
They couldn't say I was working late at the office. There was no more of that. No.
And it really you got to see like the person who you really was living with at the time, because they was always gone. You probably was always gone, and you just never know like how the person you really was. I remember I was watching, what was that? What was it? And it was a lady who didn't know that her husband was like a serial rapist. She was married to him for 10 years, and he would get up every night in the middle of the night, and he would say that he had insomnia, that he couldn't sleep. And so he would get up every night, but every night and she would just stay in the bed. But every night he would go out and he would rape somebody. He was like a serial rapist. And I don't know how long he's been doing this, being a serial rapist, but they've been married for 10 years and she didn't know anything about him being a serial rapist. So it's like all these years, you don't even know how crazy the person is that you're living with or whatever. So one lady who was was married to, I forgot how many years with her husband, and he always had this secret room, this door that he would never let her go in the house.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
There ain't no doors. I'm not opening.
And then when she opened it, I think she found like who he really was. It was like he was a serial killer or something. He was weird too. And so like, you know,
that movie with the girl, the girl in the basement, you saw that?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
His father, he had mental issues. Oh my God.
You know, it's like,
yeah, you never seen that movie? Oh my God, based on a true story. My goodness, you gotta watch
about that too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you just don't know who you're living with for real, like how mental they are, how crazy they are.
I think it's crazy for you to have a door in your house that you don't have access to.
Yeah, that hurts. That part right there.
I wish you would tell me I can't go, because then that's gonna make me want to go.
Right.
Absolutely. Even more. You could tell me all you want to.
Right. I'm getting in there.
Right. What I'm gonna do is, as soon as you walk out, I'm going in this room. And then as you leave the next day, I'm gonna go back in the room to see.
Right, exactly. Just put everything back out.
How about we just leave that door open? Right. I'm gonna keep going.
We going in there.
Now that's like the Bone Collector. I don't know if it was a series or the movie. I think it was the series. And when the wife had found pictures of him, of all the people the bones and people that he killed in his little thing, her little crazy self, she was showing him the pictures. I'm like, why would you show him these pictures when he killed her? Like, why would you show him the pictures? You should have ran. You should have took pictures and ran to the police. Like, you gonna show him what you saw. Oh my gosh, this is you? Did you do this? And then
she wanted to get killed.
Yeah, he killed her. So.
You see some pictures and say, I want to die.
Right. Basically, like, why would you show him? I was like, why are you showing him these pictures? Why you ain't just leave out the house? Put them pictures in your pocket and leave. Or I would have took pictures of the other pictures and put the pictures back where I found them and then went to the police. He would never known I found them. The suicide got killed. He bit her and took her bone. Like,
took a picture, right? Yeah, added to the collection.
Right.
But that was crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That had to be the series because I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a series. It was. I like the series too. You didn't see the series?
They had a series.
They had a series. It was good. It wasn't Denzel on the series, though. It was
probably why I didn't watch it.
It was the what's that guy? What's the guy? I forget what else he played in. But he played in a lot of other stuff. But it was a good series. Just like Equalizer, how they got Queen Latifah instead of Denzel in the Equalizer series.
Oh, that's still on?
It was no, it went off now though. I think season 2 is gonna come on. But that was good. Was you watching that?
No, I tried to. That was when the Super Bowl came on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. She did good in it.
I haven't seen it. I don't watch much TV. You know why?
What?
TV's depressing.
The news is depressing.
The news is depressing too.
But you gotta watch like HGTV and you gotta watch the reality shows.
Not the reality.
That's not realistic.
I know. That's why I like it because it's dumb.
And then that gives people these unnecessary goals or unneeded.
Yeah, that is true. They start to think they're in the reality. They're part of the reality TV.
Yeah.
But it turns people into other people. Yeah. I don't understand that. I saw it happen. Yeah, that's how it happened. Yeah, like you watch it too much.
But I watch it a lot, and I ain't dumb. I know where I live. Like, I know how much money I got.
Have some kind of you probably don't know that you act like them in a certain way.
I don't. I hope not. I hope not.
I mean, you is a little bougie though, friend.
So
but that runs.
I'm not bougie.
You are. You get the bougie tendency sometimes too.
Really?
Yes. I didn't get it from my mama who don't even know she bougie and she cheap. Like
ain't nothing wrong with being cheap and bougie.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Ain't nothing wrong with being cheap and bougie.
What's that? I'm not going over there.
Oh, that's not being bougie. That's just being cautious.
No, that's
the difference. Bougie and cautious. I like what I like.
Cautiously bougie.
Okay. I like what I like. Is that bougie?
No.
Because I like what I like.
That's just being a woman that's standing on what it is that she wants.
Well, that's what I am then.
No, you a little bougie.
Oh, okay. I was reading her cup to see if she...
I got one that say gorgeous. No, that was given. Was that given to me? Yeah, that was given to me.
Is that John Legend?
Where is it? That's Tyrone.
Oh, my God.
I don't know who that is.
I was going to walk up out of here.
John Legend on the bottom.
I'm sorry.
John Legend. I like John Legend.
I like him to a point. I like his music.
We are not going to talk about John Legend.
Oh, okay.
You might be watching this. John Legend, we brought you up. Please be our sponsor. We forgot to play our sponsor. But yes, all right. We'll get to it next week. Speaking of next week, we're going to have another nurse on here, RN, which is my aunt, Deborah Phillips, and she's going to speak more about COVID with us next week. So I'm excited about that. And that's closing out our July month, the culinary arts, the mental health, and what we just, the first show was just, hot topics and everything else. And so, yeah, it was a good month. This is a good month for Monday.
This month went by too fast. Yeah,
it really did.
It's the last
week of the month. Yeah.
I'm happy. I just need for these months to go ahead so I can do September.
This is my last week at the Illinois Media School. I will be completing my program. Thursday is my last day.
Wonderful. Yes, you graduated before me too?
Yes, I graduated before you too. Yeah, Thursday is my last day. I'm very, very excited. So
wow, what would you do?
I'm doing videography, photography, radio, commercials, everything media.
So how did you balance that with your spa?
I went there to learn how to get more advertising for my spa, to learn how to make commercials and do commercials for my spa and websites, a better website for my spa. But then I ended up getting so involved in film and videography and radio. So now it's like with me, I'm started actually creating my podcast called Let's Talk Beauty to like get my voice out there about the beauty industry and teaching beauty to be a podcast. And then too, and as I do that, I advertise my spa. So
you're advertising. What about doing the physical work?
What you mean? I do that. I do my little videos I put on my pages or whatever. But I'm actually gonna do a full commercial. I got a commercial done on my spa, but I'm actually gonna redo the commercial on my spa. And I just did an interview.
Is your spa like open Monday through Friday? How is your spa?
Well, now that I'm out of school, I can release more hours for my spa. So it's open Mondays, like after my show, I open. And then Mondays and Fridays, I'm open all day. Saturdays, I'm open all day. Sunday, I'm open part day. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I open at like after 4 o'clock. Tuesdays, I'm closed because I have my radio show and stuff on Tuesdays. So, but yeah, so now that I'm not going to be in school next week, starting Wednesdays and Thursdays, I can open my books up for all day on Wednesday and Thursday, which is cool too. But I'm trying to get more into writing. I'm actually writing now more episodes for my short film. Yeah, I got to. One thing not working, I gotta get. So I gotta make something work.
My mind would just be all over the place.
It's not because I'm actually pretty balancedly. I'm balanced, but I'm. It's like I guess that Libra, that scale finally kind of is balancing a little bit, but
I feel like it's going more towards media than beauty.
Yeah, well, that because I fell in love with film. Like I'm
so don't do nothing else.
What you mean?
Because you're gonna fall in love with that and forget about film.
No, I'm not. I would never forget about my spa. I advertise my spa all the time. Yeah, I would never. Yeah, I'll never forget about my spa. Oh, yeah. That's my baby.
Find a way to incorporate both because
that's basically what I'm doing.
Yeah, I've been contemplating those things as I've been sitting here and going over my mental health and what's good for me and for my business. And it's like I just have been wondering like how can I use my creative skills differently. I'm getting older and I don't want to be behind the chair when I'm 65.
Exactly.
I just don't, but yet and still I still love beauty. But like doing things like the podcast, you know what I'm saying? It's bringing up other things that I love to do as well. So I am trying to find a way to incorporate just about all of my love, and not into one because it's different.
We can have more than one thing
and make them make sense. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You inspire me, girl, Sophia, because when I grow up, I'm gonna be like you.
She's doing too much for me.
I'm actually not. Like,
give me two things. I'm great.
I'm gonna sell hair and earrings and bonnets and lashes and
sunglasses and you gotta. You know who inspired me? Candy Burgess. I'm so inspired by her with all her business adventures, and she do so much. She do a lot, and all her businesses are successful. So like that, when every time I see her, just like bumping out another restaurant, bumping out another thing, and bumping out this, and just what I'm saying, having her face out there, being and like I figure the more I put my face out there, the more I do. Like eventually, what I'm saying, it's gonna bump, grow one business. And once one business grow, the other businesses will grow as well. So like I'm so inspired by her. Like, cause she do a lot now. If I did want to act like a housewife, that's a housewife I want to act like. So maybe I am acting like a housewife.
She ain't no housewife.
See,
but it's a positive. It's a positive.
Whoa.
It's a positive.
I said, you watch it enough, you gonna be like one. You gonna.
I choose her.
But there it is.
You gonna start doing them candy looks too? That.
No, I ain't that inspired.
She cool to look at you.
I ain't that inspired now. I ain't gonna do the dungeons. No. So
she always looking like that. She
oh yeah. Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm gonna start doing that. Then I'm really gonna act like that.
See?
Right.
Watch Michelle.
Wait till my double chin. Wait till my double chin fully go away. Then I'll start doing it.
Then you can
but until then, I do like this. Straightforward.
You don't do it. You watching Candy? I'm in the A. I love you. Don't think I'm saying anything bad about you.
Right?
Don't see me, girl.
Shoot,
you finna go there?
Yeah. Are y'all not going?
I want to go.
Why you ain't going?
Oh my God, it's so much.
We're gonna be in the A. I'll show you. We gonna be out
Atlanta.
there.
I want to go to New York.
I heard you was going to
And
Vegas.
then no, Atlanta, New
To
York,
somebody
and then
concert.
Aruba. Bruno Mars. See?
What you doing?
Oh my God, we gotta go see Bruno in Vegas.
I want to go see Usher in Vegas.
He was already out there. His concert already happened. He got another one.
He gone already? Then he just started.
That was in May.
Oh wow.
He live out there though.
Well, what good is that gonna do for me?
You probably see him walking.
No.
Well, he needs to come back home. Tell him to come back home. Usher, come back home. We miss you in the A.
Well, it was nice today having Tiffany Theus here.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you for having me. I'm gonna finish my alcohol.
They told me that was coffee.
It's not coffee. It's alcohol. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
It's coffee.
Okay.
Coffee with alcohol. It's coffee with
alcoholic coffee.
Alcoholic coffee.
Oh wait, wait, hold on. Deborah said, "Add me to y'all trip list." Deborah, you've been taking more trips in a little bit.
Let's go see Bruno, Deborah.
Deborah is actually going to be here next week, y'all. That's what we were just talking about. She's going to be here next week talking about COVID. Deborah, I hope you're prepared and ready because we would definitely have you on. We are very excited to have you on next week. And Tiffany, we were excited to have you on. I know you were just excited to be on this week.
It's over.
Thank you for all of your education and your words and insights, and just hopefully, what people have heard, people will know that if you feel like you're depressed or you think you're depressed, it's okay to reach out to people.
Yes, please.
And
please
talk
reach
to
out.
someone. Talk to someone. It doesn't have to be a relative or a friend. It could be a therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a life coach. It could be a random stranger, because I've had some of the best advice from sitting talking to somebody on the bus stop. Like, I had people speak whole life into me. You be like, her.
Right.
Thank you. So yeah. Just whoever it is, just talk to somebody. So thank you, Tiffany.
Make sure you're careful who you're talking to though, because sometimes people could bring that spirit, what I'm saying, different energies, different spirits into you, and
that's true.
Be careful who you ask to pray for you, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but just
everybody can't pray for me now. People tell me they gonna pray for me, you be like, nah, you straight.
Right.
I'm cool.
You can't ask everybody to pray for you.
You can write a note or something though. I mean,
well, we will be in next Monday. Please tune in at next Monday, 10:30 or 10:40. But we always hope for 10:30.
Yes.
And again, we'll have Deborah Phillips with us again. Tiffany, thank you so much. Next week, Miss J will be back next week. Hopefully, we also again wishing her well. So thank you all for tuning in to Monday Morning Talk Show. Say I love you, and we're gonna go into our sponsors now. Yeah. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
When you look for great quality hair, look no further and visit deluxehair.com. Deluxehair.com and Gavin Gentle Beauty Store is an online beauty store that provides the best quality hair. We provide Brazilian hair, Cambodian hair, and raw Indian hair straight from the temple. The online beauty store also provides strip lashes, bonnets, lace wig glue, jewelry, and so much more. Visit deluxehair.com to make the best hair investment. That's TheLuxHair.com.
Your skin deserves the best. And the best is Michelle Lachey's Beauty Wilk Body Butter, full of natural and organic ingredients such as mango butter, jojoba oil, and vitamin E. So hydrating, it'll have you saying things like, do I get some shoes? No, that's just that so glow. Order yours today at michellelachey.com. That's michellelachey.com.
Lord Jesus, it's over.